Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Why is the moon so lonely?
Why?
Because she used to have a lover.
You tell this to the kids?
No. His name was Kwekuwatsu, and they lived in the spirit world together.
Oh, that's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And every night, they would wander the skies together. But one of the other spirits was jealous. Trickster wanted the moon for himself. So he told Kwekuwatsu that the moon had asked for flowers. He told him to come to our world and pick her some wild roses. But Kwekuwatsu didn't know that once you leave the spirit world, you can never go back. And every night, he looks up in the sky and sees the moon and howls her name. But he can never touch her again.
Wow. Cuckoo got screwed.
Kwekuwatsu. Means the Wolverine.
You know what I meant to do is damn it, straight to how I got in such a hurry because it's such a crazy day today. I don't know what just fucking happened. That wasn't a hiccup or a burp or a stutter. I literally just stopped in the middle of a word and then just repeated the word again. But it wasn't like I stumbled upon the word. I was like in the middle of a breath and something. That could be a fucking minor stroke right there.
Could have been.
You know, we have those all the time. Did you know that?
I don't have them.
Do you taste metal in your mouth?
I don't know. I thought you were supposed to smell toast. When
You're like making breakfast, you're like, oh, fuck.
Anytime.
Roadhouse.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. What I was trying to say is I meant to get a sample from Red Dawn, Wolverines, and just to have it, and I didn't because I didn't fucking have time today. It's been a crazy week. We'll get into that in just a minute. With me always, ladies and gentlemen, is Richard Kubert Delbert Coleman.
Hey, Jared.
How you doing, man?
I'm great.
You're in such a good mood today.
Yeah.
And you're blaming the shot of whiskey.
I'm blaming the stressless Saturday that I had.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because normally we record these on Fridays and we've had a shitty end of the week.
Well, I'm working all day and I race home, do all my notes, get everything ready, hurry up and get over to here. And today I was just kind of blissfully getting ready. Yeah.
It worked out good. We were supposed to record yesterday. And to be honest, even if our flight would have been on time, I don't know why I do that. I did it again. I scheduled a podcast on
You were like, not a problem. We'll watch it on the plane.
The
It'll
day
be no problem at all.
getting back from tour. And it was only 3 days, but I mean...
Ashley emailed me. She goes, are we doing it Friday? I go, I gave it a 50-50 shot. And then about an hour or two later, you texted me.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to change this one. Casey and I flew to Los Angeles, California, and I did an acoustic show. My first... thing that I'm doing, this solo thing called Heartache and Hilarity, where I play songs from all aspects of my career and talk about life and girls and the past and songs and just, whatever the fuck comes to mind. And so I played in Fullerton at the guys from Lit, Jeremy and AJ, their bar there is called the Slide Bar. We had such a great time. And then I played a college, Montfort Loyola, in Los Angeles. Maybe that's not right.
Loyola Marymount.
That's right. Let's ask the fucking guy from there. So I played that college, and then my first ever solo show in L.A. Thursday, and then our flight was fucked up coming home on Friday. And anyway, it was just the whole thing. But with us, as always, on her phone at the entrance of the show so she doesn't fuck it up. My lovely wife, Casey, is here.
Hello.
Yeah, see? And she just joined us.
Boom.
Didn't hear
She's
any
a
of the other
professional.
stuff. It's good.
On her puppet picture, you should put her on the phone.
Say no more.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the king of Sting, the golden boy, Mr. Will Liam Vark is here.
Hey,
How's it going, man?
good.
We were so lucky. We had such a good week, man. We flew in on Tuesday, and I had meetings with my voice agents at AVO Talent in LA. And so Casey got to meet my AVO family that I've been with for 4 years. And then we went over to my agent, Andy Summers, who does Bowling for Soup and all of any shows that I play. As a musician, this guy books them. And he has been my agent since 2001. And so we got to just sit there and shoot the shit, and she got to meet him and stuff. And then we drove down to Fullerton, played the show at the Slide Bar, which is, did I already say, Jeremy and AJ from Lit's place? And so I had dinner with Jeremy and talked a bunch of shit. Actually,
Wait, who's Jeremy?
Jeremy is the guitar player for Lit.
Oh, cool.
Well, our podcast is called Jaret Goes to the Movies. We do have a Patreon site, and we would love it if you would visit it. We have a new supporter. He's a $10 supporter. His name is John Newart.
Yes!
John Newart, give it up for him. John Newart now has access to over 80 hours of outtakes and gets Google Hangouts with us once a month, which we are doing one of those tomorrow. But after this airs,
Last
it
week.
will have already happened. And you will miss me being late to this thing and Rich totally fucking stressing out about it. But everybody else is fucking fine. Executive producers of our show are also Patreon supporters. They are David Murray, Ashley C., who you'll hear from later, as I said earlier, Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, who I haven't talked to in a long time, but she did wish me good luck on my shows, which was nice for her to do. David Dooley, who thought about flying out for my shows, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, who I said looking good to one of her Facebook photos this week, and she gave that a thumbs up. Rodon James, who I still have not emailed back. Eddie Weiss, colonblowband.com, who is also a soundbite contributor. Lisa Wenzel and Sean Beck. Divvying up my new back. Divvying up my new up. Joe Robinson is also one of our supporters. Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, our latest producer. Thank you to all of you guys who continue to support the show. We could not do it without you. I do want to just say a couple of things before we continue on. We are continuing to develop the streaming aspect of this show. I think we are days away, maybe weeks. Honestly, what we're waiting on is the new internet from a company that's going to come in here and blow away what we have currently that we will actually be able to depend on so that we can actually bring this show to you. So each week we'll put the schedule on our Facebook page, which is just at Jaret Goes to the Movies. We'll let you know when we'll be streaming that live and where you can find that. But then it will just live there on our Diamond TV station, and you will be able to access it anytime you want.
We're going to have chat so you guys can interact with the show as it's playing live.
Yep. And then, if you subscribe to the podcast already, you will still get that the way that you get it now.
Yeah, you'll get, if you're just listening on the audio, that'll stay the same.
So in no way are we trying to make your data plans make you want to
right.
make you want to fucking kill that Paul guy from Sprint. This week we're talking about X-Men Origins, Wolverine, 2009. Now, some of you are going to go out and try to find this movie to watch it. There's about 7 movies called Wolverine. And it's important to pick the right one. Otherwise, you will have no idea what we're talking about half the time. But half the time, I guess you will fucking know, because sometimes they're telling the same story they tell sometimes, then sometimes they're not.
That's true.
But here's the thing. I don't know about any of this, but it's a cool movie, and I really enjoyed watching it. And the synopsis sounds like this. A look at Wolverine's early life, in particular, his time with the government squad Team X and the impact it will have on his later years. That's a good synopsis.
Sure.
I'd put that, top 5. I mean, it's no Groundhog Day.
No, it isn't. I think I could do better, though.
Yeah? Okay, let's hear it.
Hedgehog
All right.
Day.
Let's do it.
X-Men Origins Wolverine. A guy and his half-brother fight to the death because a woman lied and tricked him into dedicating his life to her. I'm not bitter.
Oh my God.
I fucking love it. That's good. I like that. I think mine would be a superhero suddenly finds himself on the set of The Truman Show, where everybody else knows what the fuck is going on but him.
That's very true.
And then at the end, they just erase his memory so he can fucking start all over again.
In a new movie.
And all the surviving people still know who the fuck he is, and he doesn't have any idea.
Yeah. Can we just sit down and fill me in?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, tell me who am I? The guy's just like, your fucking name's Logan. I'm getting the fuck out. Do you realize there are fire trucks coming? We better get the shit out of here before they stop.
Don't mess with firemen.
They're going to start trying to put these fires out. His line, though, is so great. He goes, they're not really going to appreciate all this shit you've done or whatever. It's like, yeah, I mean, you did just fucking, like, slice a nuclear reactor with your fucking hand. So you might want to go. If you don't know what we're talking about, that happens later. This movie stars Hugh Jackman, who I think, obviously, is awesome for this movie.
I think he's such an underrated actor.
He's
I think
good.
His acting is stellar.
Here's my thing about Hugh Jackman, and I hope this makes sense.
All right.
I just don't think he sounds youthful ever. Like, he just always sounds old.
Okay.
So, like here, we're sort of at...
Because he has a gravelly voice?
I don't know. Just to me, like, his delivery is just older than... It's just like if you...
Why doesn't that work for you?
I think because if you're talking about, like, the origins of Wolverine, even though this guy's been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years...
And he smokes cigars.
I just feel like he would just have just a more youthful sort of slickness about it.
Sort of talk up in this register up here?
Yeah, it could be me. That's fine. I would play that shit, like, how do we go? No, hey, fuck, shit, 1,000 tickets. What? Look at these blades.
Maybe that's just the way he sounds when he fakes his American accent.
It could be.
Or Canadian.
That's right. He's a fucking Canadian, but he's English, right?
He's Australian.
Australian. You know what? I listened to this other podcast called Case File. I think I've talked about it on the...
Is it true crime?
Yeah, I'll give him another shout out. But the guy is Australian on there, and it's fascinating to listen to because a lot of times you'll kind of forget certain words will come up, and then it's just like, God, that's a fucking heavy Australian. The word that is just the craziest word that he says is the word that he says the most often, and it's murder. And I actually can't say it like he says it. It's like murder.
They put R's in weird places too. Like,
yeah.
I every time I listen to or watch a Australian show, which is pretty often because I watch the Australian Bachelor and I watch another TV show from Australia called The Wrong Girl. And whenever they say no, there's an R in there. And I can't figure out how to mimic that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's really hard. And so that's the thing is that what happens to me is as I start to listen to this guy more and more, I start forgetting how to do even the shitty English accent that I can do. But English people do the R thing too. They do the
Laura,
Laura. Hey, Lara.
There's an R in it. Yeah. But with no, there's two letters. It's N and it's O. There's no fucking R in it, but somehow they put an R in that motherfucker.
Jaret's opening a bid.
The other thing that gets me about them is when we ask, hey, how you doing? They say, how are you going?
Yeah, how you going?
That's crazy.
English people say, you all right?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But how are you going? Well, I'm going in a car. What do you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. Anyway, murder. It's fucking hard to say. I can't do it.
So that's where they get the R in the no. They took it from murder and they stuck it in no.
Yeah,
Got it.
Exactly. It's fucking hard to do. All right, and then this movie also stars, is it Liev?
Leave.
Okay.
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Is he in other shit?
Yeah, he's Ray Donovan. He's my top. Okay, so I have a top 5 of the coolest guys on TV.
Okay.
Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
From Ray Donovan, who is Liev Schreiber.
Okay, and I only hear great things about that show.
It is great. It's a really good show. Yeah. And he is so badass and it's not even funny. Okay. I mean, he makes you want to drive his car. He makes you want to wear his clothes. It's crazy. The second one is Raylan Givens from Justified. The guy,
the main guy,
is just cool as fuck.
Man,
he's like Clint Eastwood, modern day.
I only got through 4 episodes of that because I couldn't decide whether or not the guy was a great actor or the fucking worst.
It's the
But hold
show.
on. Now that you say that, I feel like a lot of people have the same reaction to Clint Eastwood. When you see him act, you're like, he's either fucking amazing or really shitty.
It's just a persona that he's doing. I love it. And the third one is Hank Moody from Californication.
Not seen that show.
That fucking show is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
those 3 people are the people that make me want to be them. Like, that's really hard to make me want to be someone else.
Okay,
those 3 guys definitely do it. I don't even have 2 more on my top 5 list because it's so hard to get on my top 5 for that.
James, there are things you don't understand.
Don't.
I need him to know.
Please, no.
No more lies.
James.
He wasn't your father. Son.
Yeah, he's got to be just like, well, shit. Well, I just killed my dad. My mom doesn't like me anymore.
This scene confused me. All right, so this guy says, you don't understand, I'm your dad.
Right.
And that guy just killed the other guy who was supposed to be his dad.
Right.
Except for the fact that Hugh Jackman looks exactly like the guy that got killed.
He really did.
Maybe he's like a chihuahua, though.
It could have been Hugh Jackman playing that character like he did in Prestige.
Yeah.
But he looked that close to him. But the guy says, no, I'm your dad.
This is real Star Wars-y.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Darth Vader and stuff.
Yeah.
So he stabs the other guy that says, I'm your dad.
I like how you sidestep me when you're fucking... But if I were up here trying to make a fucking point, you and Casey can fucking go all goddamn day.
I'm having trouble making my point.
Get in there.
Okay. And so the guy he stabbed looks exactly like Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Right? So is it really his dad? I don't think it's really his dad. I think they're half brothers. I think they have the same mom. Yeah, because obviously the guy wouldn't have been there.
It is his dad.
No, they have the same. They have the same dad, different moms.
Just because doesn't look anything like him, and he looks exactly like the other guy.
It's just bad casting.
Yeah, and you're just going by like
that seems so
Rich.
Deliberate.
You're just going by haircut and robes right now.
So in the beginning, Wolverine's his real name is James Hewitt or whatever.
Yeah, so he did call him James, right?
Yeah, that's his real name. His real dad, who he stabbed, his name is Thomas Logan.
Okay.
And that's why he goes by Logan.
That's why he goes by Logan.
Wait, that confuses me even more because Victor's last name is Krieg.
Krieg.
Why doesn't he have the same last name as his dad that was really his dad?
Maybe his mom's last name was Krieg.
I gotta,
my point is that whole scene is confusing as shit the way they did that because the dad looks like, and there's no way that's an accident.
All right, I got to step in here. Okay, make your point. Make your point.
I can tell you from the comic books, the history of Wolverine is confusing as shit.
Okay,
you think?
So, well, in the comic books, he starts at World War I, right?
Here's where I'm gonna have to say my piece, so to speak, because this is the first example of the shit that happened to me this whole movie. First of all, there's so much backstory and intertwined story and all this shit, not with just the Wolverine, but with other characters and stuff and people who come in and out of this, and everybody's got their own comic book series, and they're all, so things you know about this one guy, ignore it this time, you know what I mean? Like, so, and the thing is, I know I've seen I saw the one with the Ryan Reynolds in there, and I've seen this one. I think that's it for me. But, you haven't
seen any other X-Men movies.
No, and I don't really even know what they are, but I know like Halle Berry has white hair and her eyes are blue or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't really understand. So I guess when I thought of X-Men back in the day, I thought Wolverine had this like yellow and blue suit.
Yeah, that's in the comics.
Or some shit or whatever. Right. But now he just has like really terrible hair, and a cool ass fucking beard. Hold on, but let me. Okay, but I just want to finish with what happens to me throughout this movie. Is things will happen, like for example, when the kid grew the bones out of his
Right.
hands and then stabbed the guy that you don't think is his dad, but the
Right.
movie is saying that it is, but you're still you're still arguing with it.
I still have umbrage. Yes.
Yeah. I wrote down like, oh, look at his little cute blades. Right? And then the next thing you know, they fucking turn to blades later or whatever. This happens to me the whole fucking movie. Like, and I guess I'll point it out every time, but it's super frustrating because I'm just like, well, I know they're going to turn to blade. Oh, fuck. I should have just known that. It says origin. They've got to turn from these little bones.
Right. It's telling you how he got to the point
blades.
to where you know him as.
Yeah. So anyway, that did happen to me a lot. But the backstory to me, this is what we're getting, is backstory. So
Right, that's the whole point of the
I
movie is
didn't
the
know that he
backstory.
was in all these wars. I didn't know that he had a brother. I just knew that Wolverine was an X-Men.
He didn't until this movie. That was added to the movie. In the comics, he only had World War I, World War II. He fought with Captain America in World War II, apparently, and then on to modern times.
But didn't use his superpowers, obviously. Didn't use his... Oh, he used his blades and shit.
he was. I don't think this whole thing with the bone thing was new to the.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Okay.
But again, he gets locked up for being a freak, right? Because he's got these fucking bones and shit.
Yeah, the comic books in these movies are not the same thing.
Yeah. So it's like anything else. I mean, we don't even have to say comic book. I mean, books, movies, basically, here's the thing. So the bone fingers are M&M's, and then the blades are Reese's Pieces. Right? Are you with me? You picking up what I'm putting down? We're talking we're talking ET here. That's what we're talking. Book versus movie. Fucking all just clarifies right now. But I'm glad
You nailed it.
I'm glad I have not one but two comic book nerds on this program to help us all through this.
I've never read comics. But
I really dug this a lot, and it's I think I say this in the pre-show. I love movies like this. I fucking love it. I get a little bit pissed off at it because I don't know who is this guy again?
Right.
And like, what's his importance? And why? It's almost like watching Dog the Bounty Hunter, and then he has another kid fucking come in and start being about it. And you're like, how the fuck did this come in? And then you go and look at the Wikipedia, and there's all these kids and all these different moms, and then this one comes in. Now this one's a bounty hunter, and this one's a strange. And it's fucking confusing to watch.
don't watch Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Well, I don't anymore. But,
Okay, so
I did see him at a casino
So
once.
this movie, you really shouldn't have to know anything because it's an origin story. It's telling you, and that's why I thought this would be a good one for you to sort of start on in the X-Men series, is because it actually is starting from scratch and building up, and we're adding characters.
Do you know why? Okay, so everything would have been awesome except Ryan Reynolds. Because that movie just came out, so I knew.
And you watched it, it's the one.
Yeah, and it's like the only other one I've seen. Right.
This movie contradicts a bunch of the shit that's in the other movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Like these X-Men movies are terrible about continuity.
Yeah, terrible.
So that's the one thing that I thought about when I was watching it. I was like, so the strategy here for watching X-Men is this, on the movies anyway.
And Deadpool isn't really an X-Men movie. I don't think
is.
It should be. It shouldn't be considered an X-Men movie.
Colossus is in the fucking movie.
I know it's got X-Men.
They talk about, you can't be an X-Men. He goes to the X-Mansion.
I know.
It's an X-Men movie.
And he knows all the people when he gets there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
But he does it. I don't think it's in canon or should be considered in canon. He does that part as part of breaking the fourth wall. Like, I'm just going to go to this other studio's mansion and pretend like I'm part of this whole...
Not to get off track, but the Deadpool movie's like almost dead on with the comic books. He's always trying to become one of the X-Men.
Right.
But they're always like, no, you can't be an X-Men.
Everything that fucking guy says is...
No, the Deadpool movie was great.
But his brother, Victor, is that right?
Victor, yeah.
His X-Men name is Saber, I think, or something.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth is way better. So that's why he runs like a fucking saber-toothed tiger and shit.
Right, yeah.
Totally get it. He's a scary
And he
one.
was in the first X-Men movie.
But you're saying he was
actor.
in that, but he wasn't his brother?
It was a different actor.
They didn't even know each other. They didn't even act like they had any history at all in that movie.
Yeah. So, but this is like this in comic books, right? And you know what I love about
it
this?
is just like this in
But
comic
what
books.
I like about this conversation is you have me who doesn't know shit, you have Will who knows everything, and you have you that knows a little, right?
I know about movies. That's it.
There are people in their cars right now going fucking insane.
Crazy, yeah.
Fucking fact checking us right now and just be like, no, that is not the thing. And that's the thing is like, I've had crew guys and even, I mean, Eric to an extent, we should have really probably had him here on this show because he probably knows quite a bit about this stuff.
The thing that's frustrating about the comic books and makes these movies difficult to make is the comic books retcon the shit out of all these stories. So, and when Wolverine's introduced, he's introduced in a certain way, and he goes along for 10, 15 years, and then they like decide to like, oh, let's give him an origin story, and then 10 years later, like, let's give him a different origin story, or change, or go back even further and make it different.
But it's like that with Batman and Superman and the ones that we grew up with.
Yeah,
it's like that with them too, and Spider-Man even.
Don't they deal with it differently in the DC universe by doing like Earth 1 or 2 or 3?
Yeah, and multiverse. Yeah.
Multiverse because of Flash or whatever.
And
Jesus
Marvel has the same thing too. They have like the Ultimate and then the regular. There's a number for there's a multiverse in Marvel too.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, what is happening on this universe is happening because of a sequence of events. And then in a parallel universe, a different sequence of events cause things to happen in a different way.
Yeah.
God, I just fucking nailed that.
You are a sage.
My name is Major William Stryker. You've been charged with killing a senior officer.
Apparently, we have some issues with authorities.
The warden tells me that your sentence was carried out by a firing squad of 1,000 hours. How'd that go?
It tickled.
You boys tired of running? Tired of denying your true nature?
What do you care?
Oh, I care. I care because I know how special you are. Look, you can stay here, locked up, like freaks of nature. Or you can join me. I'm putting together a special team with special privileges. Now tell me, how would you like to really serve your country?
All right, couple of things. First of all, through the going through all the wars and stuff like that, the foreshadowing of his brother becoming a bad guy was fucking right there. I mean, like you just knew, like he's gonna fucking start raping and shit.
I love the way they introed this.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Got us to this point.
It's great.
It was great.
They fight a bunch of wars. Brother becomes a bad guy, but then he's a good guy, and he just likes to kill people, and he's just wrecking shit and all that. Now, the problem that I have with this is that how do you contain these mutants in just a regular fucking little cell with fucking chains? I mean, how?
Well, he just has bones. He's not adamantium.
I know, but the other guy's fucking super strength saber-tooth tiger and shit. Like, fuck. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this.
Maybe
you guys seem cool with the fact that they're in there, you know? Hiding their watches up their asses.
They're strong, but they can't. They're not like breaking chains strong or breaking out of jail through walls strong.
I get it. Well, he's recruiting, obviously, and starting to get the team together. And
Danny Hudson.
I have to take a piss.
You know, I love this weapon more than any other thing in the whole wide world. You want to know why? No. It's memorable. Sure, it's a little bulky, tough to get on a plane. You whip out a couple of swords at your ex-girlfriend's wedding, they will never, ever forget it.
That's funny, Wade. I think you confuse me with someone who gives a shit.
Granted, it's probably not as intimidating as having a gun or bone claws or the fingernails of a bag lady.
I mean, everything he says is funny.
Everything he says is funny.
Everything.
And his tweets are funny, too.
I mean,
he tweets hysterical tweets.
There's something about his delivery. I know I've said this on probably a podcast before, but definitely in conversations. He has a movie called Waiting that he does with Justin Long.
So good.
And it is essentially just a really, really confined movie about, young adults who work at a restaurant.
Right.
And those interactions really in one day, I believe. Mm-hmm. It's like the start of the day to the end of the day to the after party kind of situation. And just like those relationships and with management, with customers and all of that. And fucking everything Ryan Reynolds says is hilarious. Yes. Like, it's insane to me.
Yeah, it's almost unfair.
Yeah, it really is. And he looks like that,
right?
Too.
That's what I meant.
And his fucking six-pack is ridiculous.
Ryan Reynolds has such a hard-on for Deadpool. They started trying to put together a Deadpool movie as early as 2003.
Right.
And they were trying to produce this Deadpool movie. When they found out they were going to do this movie and they wanted Deadpool in it, he like lobbied the studio. Like, I want to be Deadpool.
Right. I mean, he had it figured out because I can't imagine anybody else with that delivery. Because, and I don't know. I mean, is that Deadpool's thing? It's just, he just talks all the time.
Well, they literally call him the Merc with a mouth. That's like his tagline.
He heard that this movie was going to be made. He campaigned to be in it. They expanded the Deadpool part in this movie just for him. It wasn't going to be a big part. They expanded it just to put him, because he was going to be playing it. They were like, holy shit, Ryan Reynolds is going to be in it. Let's kind of capitalize on this now. The problem is, it ruined the movie.
And they fucked up the character.
They fucked up the character, and it ruined any plans for any future Origins movies because it tanked. The reason this movie tanked so bad is because of the way they treated Deadpool at the end.
So this movie did tank. Not a big success.
Not a big success. Part of it was because of it leaked, which we'll talk about later. But so him being in the movie and then expanding his part and putting him in at the end, which ruined Deadpool as a character, made the fans rebel against it. So it ruined the movie, ruined any future Origin movies, and it ruined his chance to play Deadpool in the movie he had been originally trying to get made in the first place. Yeah. He eventually made it, but it actually took an act of God for him to actually get this movie.
Do you know how they got the last Deadpool movie made?
They made a short.
Yeah, they made a short, and he leaked it on purpose.
Right.
To show them how badass it would be.
Right.
I will say, as not knowing any of that, I thought the same thing. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, the setup for this is amazing. I mean, here's this like fucking amazingly attractive dude who's funny as shit and a badass. Why the fuck did you just show his mouth shut and cut his fucking head off? What just happened? And I just assumed you guys would have an explanation for it, but apparently the explanation is just somebody fucked up.
Well, did you guys watch it to the very, 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 very end at the second end scene?
No, I just watched the bleeding feet.
At the very end of the movie, after all the credits roll, there was an end scene, and it's like his little sword in his hand slicks back into his hand, and then he like goes and grabs his head, and his eyes opened up, and he's like, "I'll be back," or something like that.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, okay, so they knew that was going to be a problem. I wanted to tell Casey.
They didn't care that much.
I wanted to tell Casey about this because Casey has a new bout that has happened the last 3 years. Actually, poor girl Shellfish has popped up.
Oh, that was the gout or something.
But
I got the gout.
But motion sickness is just fucking rampant now, and it sucks
Casey.
so bad. But here's the thing: you didn't watch this movie, but Wolverine is fucking immortal, and he has motion sickness real bad.
Oh yeah, he almost pukes every time he's in the plane in this movie.
So I just wanted you to know
that at least I get to die and not have to live with it forever and ever and ever.
No, I think what he's trying to say is
that's pretty much what I meant. Yeah.
Even though you get motion sick, maybe you'll get fucking adamantium claws.
Never make it through a metal detector.
What are you doing? We finally got a good thing going here. Don't you screw this up. Enough. It's enough. We've done enough. Who do you think you are? This is what we do. Maybe you'd rather be rotting in a hole somewhere till they figure out a way to do it to us. Is that it? Huh? I'm done. You coming?
Jimmy! We can't just let you walk away.
Liev Schreiber's voice is so fucking cool.
Dude, he's so badass.
I know.
Oh, so we didn't talk about this. So he was a scrawny little dude before this movie.
No shit.
Yeah, they told him that he'd have to wear a bodysuit with muscles so that he would look good next to Hugh Jackman, who literally wrapped his whole life around looking like the Wolverine. Like, he lives to work out and turn into the Wolverine.
Right.
So Liev Schreiber was like, fuck that, you're not putting a bodysuit on me.
Right.
So as he was filming, what's that movie? It starts with a D. Fuck.
Disclosure, Dickheads, fucking asshole, Debbie Does Dallas,
and
Die Hard with
James
a
Bond was
Vengeance,
in it.
Die Hard
Anyway.
3, Definitely Not Susan, Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, shit. Anyway, stop. So
when you
he was filming the movie before, I know.
When you're doing a movie that you like and you have all these points fucking written down on that computer, You just do not want me to be hilarious.
It is hilarious, but I'm trying to think. Anyway, so as he's filming the movie before this, he gains 40 pounds of muscle during the filming.
Yeah, I mean,
so
because
that
he's
he would be
not
ready
small.
for this. No, he looked
thinking of this guy,
and he kept it for Ray Donovan because Ray Donovan, he is badass, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's
not
got
scrawny
like a
at all.
fucking neck on him and shit. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I picked up
Defiance.
from this. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. I desperately seeking Susan. I was way off. The one thing that I learned here is that and what I learned from Wolverine before he's Wolverine. So what's his name? Tucker. Jimmy. No, Jimmy. That's right.
James, yes.
James. But his real name is Logan. Okay, what I learned from Logan is
his real name is James.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Despicable Me.
All right, what I learned.
Daddy daycare.
If you want to be particular, probably his name is James Logan.
All right. And
comic book fans will fuck you up if you don't get it right. That's why we're just helping you out.
Guys, I'm fucking going blind here. I'm talking about a movie with two dudes that know way too much about shit around it. All I learned is this, and I think comic book fans will agree with me here. Wolverine is fucking teaching us something, and that is killing a shitload of people isn't fucking nice.
No, it's not nice.
No, it's not. And guess what? I fucking wrote that down, and later on in the movie, he fucking says it.
Is this that thing that kept happening?
Yes, it is. It's the thing that kept happening. And I'm just like, God, it's frowned upon in certain cultures. I'm like, fucking, even mutants don't like killing people all the time, yada, yada, yada. And then later on in the movie, it's just like, yeah, fucking killing people. Those are nice people. It's fucking not nice to fucking kill them. God damn it.
It's like you're writing the movie.
I know. I can't fucking help it. But you know what? Fuck it. He became a lumberjack. And that's what I wanted to be when I grew up.
So I actually got confused a little bit. And you can follow me on here, Will. But I got confused that when they went to go get the meteor in Africa, I mixed it up with the vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
So the vibranium was from the Avengers film.
Mm-hmm.
When they were talking about the meteor in Africa, I was thinking that the place that they were going was T'Challa's home nation of Wakanda,
mm-hmm.
which we find out in the Avengers, which you haven't seen, Jared, so that you'll be a little confused right now.
I have not seen that one.
So,
wait, the Avengers?
The Avengers, the Civil War. Yeah.
I've seen where Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Captain America. Is that X-Men?
It's the Captain America Civil War.
Actually,
there's three Captain Americas.
They get the vibranium.
It's the one you haven't seen of Captain America.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
The vibranium is first introduced in the Captain America movie,
mm-hmm.
and then they do it again in Age of Ultron, where they go to that ship and try to steal it.
Right.
And then it's in Civil War. Yeah. But vibranium and adamantium are both exist in the comic books. They're different things.
Yeah. Did adamantium actually come from a meteor in the comics, Jaret? It did not come from.
Now you guys are talking about. You guys are talking about Adam Ant and Lady Antebellum.
Yes,
is that what's going on?
So Dr. Myron McLean was doing research and development with vibranium found in Wakanda and steel during World War II, and created this new anti-metal, which Captain America's shield was made from. He spent a long time trying to reproduce it without success, but finally came up with adamantium in the fictional 1960s.
Yep.
Yeah. So, again, then Lady Antebellum won a bunch of Grammys.
Who's Lady Antebellum?
I found a sale on vibranium last night. On Amazon.
Roadhouse. Playing Little House on the Prairie with a school teacher. That just isn't you.
And you would know, huh?
I would.
What do you want, Stryker?
Bradley was killed 3 days ago. Wait, before that, I believe that someone is hunting down our old team.
Anyone else?
As far as I know, Victor is safe. But whoever it is has names, addresses.
I can take care of myself.
This is not about you, Logan. Your country needs you.
I'm Canadian.
So this is the other thing that I said, literally, like the fucking first thing out of my mouth to my dog who was sitting next to me is that all the shit happened in British Columbia or whatever, and then he's all of a sudden in all these wars, he's storming the beach at Normandy and shit or whatever, and he's fighting for the U.S. It's like, he's fucking Canadian.
Yeah, he's fucking Canadian.
Yeah, why is he doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
because he likes war.
I get it. Oh, because he just had to. Oh, okay.
They like fighting.
That makes sense. And here's a flaw in the movie. A lot of people probably didn't pick up on this. Mm-hmm. But if he's Canadian, he should obviously be fucking hilarious. And he's not that funny.
And a lot more polite, right?
Right. Exactly. 100%.
Say A or
not once did I hear
boat.
that. Out of no. What's that all
in
about?
the comic books? He does.
He does really do that.
Yeah, he says a lot of A's and bubs and.
Oh yeah.
He says bub. Yeah. That gets him in some trouble.
So there's two characters in this movie that were in fucking Lost. Not one.
Who's the second one?
Charlie
and
Keamy.
Oh, Keamy, that's right.
Keamy.
So he was in there. Yeah. I when I saw him, I said Lost, and of course when I saw Dominic, I said Lost, but I didn't tie it together. And go, there's two people from Lost. So, Jared, have you ever thought about moving out to a place like this and just doing honest work and, living in a cabin? And
I literally thought about it yesterday.
Escaping the hustle bustle of society like this?
Not once. I actually thought to myself, okay, well, I mean, obviously they're on some sort of a vacation or something. Like, they're just fucking out there experiencing the elements. He wants to be able to walk out onto a mountain naked. I mean, everybody was.
Well, he's lived for 150 years. It might be a vacation.
Is it 150 at this point?
It's in the
at least, right?
mid to late 1800s is when it's that little kid.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't want to fucking, I'm never going off the grid. I've made that clear to everybody. You want me to go off the grid, you can come back and visit. I like drive-thrus and fucking 24-hour hardware stores and the internet and cable TV and my green egg that I can fucking order parts for on Amazon if it fucking breaks and shit. I like the fact that Amazon has fucking drones now and just drop shit off.
If I didn't need to make money, like if making money wasn't something that was a big necessity for me, I think I would absolutely be able to move out into like Montana, Wyoming and just live in a cabin and chill and make my life more simple. But because I have to make money, and the way I make money is by using and being a part of the internet, then it just makes it impossible.
So you're saying if you had the money, you could do...
Like if I had the money to retire, I would absolutely... Obviously, I would have to have a significant other. That might be the hardest part about this.
Well, you can actually find those in Montana.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place there.
So, but if I had a significant other and kids or some family, I would love that simple.
I don't know.
Oh man, I could sit and read and stuff.
You know what? My best friend
when I don't have the pressure of making money.
I was just there with my best friend this week. We just spent 4 days with him. And he, but not my best friend. My boo. That's my wife is obviously my best friend, but Linus my best.
I wasn't offended.
Thank you, baby. But my best friend he got married in Bozeman, Montana just recently, and they were just like fucking adamant and like, we're going to fucking move here. This is going to be great. And and I mean, they were there for 2 weeks and they absolutely loved it. They got back to Hollywood. They were like, what the fuck were we thinking? This is awesome.
Hollywood is awesome.
Now, do they think that maybe someday they would like to have something up there and, when they have kids and they'll just go there? And I think sometimes having the best of both worlds sounds awesome, but to me, I think the benefits of being in the hustle and bustle, and there's benefits of being in, again, being off the ground. I mean, because seriously, I was in Bozeman for 3 days, and I had the best time, and it was awesome, but...
Yeah, but amongst friends and...
Yes, but it snows there, and nothing is open when it snows, and it's just... you can't fucking fly fish every day, and there's just a lot, and so
I wouldn't want to live off the grid, but Simone and I talk about all the time going to some little mountain town, having a little having a little store, like maybe like sell pies and coffee or something.
That's like my stepdad's dream.
And just have like the simplest life.
Yeah.
There's internet.
I could do it.
There's TV.
I could
but
do
it's
it.
just not complicated.
But I can't straddle the two worlds. I can't exist how I'm existing now and still keep it simple. I have to be, okay, I'm done with this part of my life. I want to now be simple, and I don't need to go back for any reason. But I also have to have family. I'd have to have...
See, I could do it, but my husband has to die first because he wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, I think I would drive her nuts. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I fucking literally... I just have to have people around me all the time. And not... I mean, it's not a ego thing. It's just, I don't know.
We spend literally every second together anyway.
I don't like...
It's creepy.
Being lonely.
You're not introverted, right?
I don't like being by myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, but you're like a weird type of... You've kind of got a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like to. I like to be by myself sometimes, and I don't like to talk to people all the time. But I like the fact that people are around. So I like to go somewhere, and if it's crowded, just sit.
So you're like the opposite of me. I'm introverted. I like to be by myself most of the time.
No,
but I have to.
Yeah.
I have to be in social settings sometimes.
I think the point is that what I like both, and I can have both if I live in a house and in a quiet community, unless my dogs are barking. And
I feel like I like one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
Like we like stay busy, and then I'm like, fuck, I need to like stay home.
But see,
and
that's
we stay
just
home,
it.
and then I'm like, I've been here too long. We need to get out of here.
Well, that's just it. So I think we're the same in that we thrive in both, and it's nice when there's a mix. But when it's too much, you know, for example, even like being in LA the last 3 days, it was like last night we're just fucking sitting on the couch and like. The dogs, everybody was just silent. TV was down real low. It's like, you want to go to bed at 10:45? Yes, I do.
That's very specific.
Those kind of things, But no, I definitely could not go and fucking live on some mountain or in the woods or
It'd have to be like a mountain town.
Yeah, town.
Yeah,
oh, sure.
But not real mountains because I have asthma. So like,
I'm always amazed by these kind of scenes where there's a structure up on the top of this ridge around nothing. How the fuck? That's not easy to build that dwelling up there, is it?
I thought about that. Because when he walked out, it looked like it was some fucking modern, just badass house or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they panned back and it's like, oh, it's like a fucking log cabin. The guy's a lumberjack, for Christ's sake. He can build that shit in a few days. And
he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, exactly. The guy is
he
literally...
used to build his own houses back in the 1800s.
That's right.
Could he just like poke at it with his bone claws?
Hey guys, take it easy. Calm down.
Boyfriend's got a big mouth.
I know. Big temper too. So please let us pass. Thank you.
How'd you do that?
Female powers of persuasion, it's a gift.
I see. Do you have those powers over me?
We didn't stay in the car, did you?
All right, so Lynn Collins.
I would do anything she says, and she doesn't even have to touch me.
Right. I didn't... Okay, so here's the thing that happened. At first, I didn't think you would like her. Mm-hmm. And then 2 and 3 and 4 scenes later, I was like, oh, Rich is going to really like this girl.
Yeah, I do.
She is a very pretty lady.
She's tough. So I don't know. Just to not to get crazy, but just backtracking a little bit. The guy who can fucking control shit with his mind ends up at a carnival.
No, it's not that he controls shit with his mind.
Yeah, he can control electricity and technology.
Right.
Oh, so he ends up at a carnival. It makes a lot of sense. Like, shouldn't he be? Couldn't he?
I think he was looking for the simple life as well.
Okay, all right. So what? Okay, now this makes sense, guys.
He's also lying low to get away from everyone.
Right. Everybody's looking to lie low. Little simple life.
He looked a little bored.
That's what I thought too.
He might not be there for too much longer.
Yeah. If he didn't want to be found, maybe not do the trick where he fucks with electricity.
Yeah. Maybe not exploit.
Be like an accountant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then,
or an electrician.
Then a bunch happens. Bad dreams. They need new sheets and shit. Can you imagine? Like fucking. Okay, here's the thing. Like I sometimes reach over with my hand where Casey's vagina would be. And if she's not there, I'm just like, oh, she must be in the bathroom, or maybe I was snoring and my CPAP fell off or some shit. But not with fucking Wolverine claws.
She's like, we're going to need some new sheets again.
Yeah.
It's
Again?
just a scratch.
No.
How do you just scratch her with your claws? It's pretty much either I'm going to cut your arm off,
Right.
or I'm not touching you.
Wait,
Yeah.
remember when I did that to our sheets?
I do remember
You
that.
Wolverined your sheet?
She really did, actually.
I don't know how I did it.
No, she did. We can't talk about it.
No, not like that.
No, I'm kidding. I don't
Do you
know.
want me to tell him it was like that? It was
Yes,
like that.
That's what I said.
Sorry.
So
I don't think the blood was from the scratch.
I really did not.
I think it was my ring while I was. No, I like
Oh my
just.
God.
I did not
No,
want.
while I was sleeping.
You're not supposed to be
Stop
embarrassed
it.
about bleeding on the sheets anymore.
All right, so
No,
when
free
you take
bleeding.
when you take Silver,
Jared.
if you take Silver Fox and you take Gambit, that's John Carter of Mars. That's the
Yes,
cat. Yeah.
yes.
And
John Carter.
and she was fine in that movie. Oh,
It's just
geez.
called John Carter. The
Of
movie
Mars.
is, but is it a comic book?
No, it's a book from like.
Oh, it's a book. That's right.
It's a book from the beginning of the 19th century.
Yeah, dude, that
the end of the 19th century.
movie was fantastic.
It was a great movie.
I don't understand why it tanked.
Taylor.
So there's a
fucking-
Jared. There's a movie called John Carter. It's based on a book called John Carter from Mars.
okay.
And both Gambit and this girl Lynn Collins
Okay.
is in the movie as the main two stars.
I remember a movie called John Carter. I don't really remember.
where he's on Mars, he's jumping really high
Okay.
over stuff. It almost looks like Star Wars with the Martian characters. Fantastic movie. I was enthralled by the whole
great.
fucking thing, and I wanted the sequel.
Yeah.
And it just tanked.
It tanked, yeah.
Fucking tanked.
But she was wearing very little in that.
Holy shit, dude. She looked fucking amazing in that movie.
I really wish that when Victor's trying to make a point, he wouldn't scrape along the hood of the car, because that was fucking horrible. Seriously, it was.
Yeah.
He is trying to be menacing.
I get it, and it was fucking menacing, but Jesus Christ, you didn't need that. Now,
what is it about his fucking little fingernails that cuts through steel?
Well, he's a fucking mutant, for Christ's sake. I don't know. I mean,
what?
what shouldn't you have the answer to this?
No, I don't know.
On the Caddyshack episode, we had the poster that was on the
In the
Caddyshack
locker room.
wall in the locker room of the
Okay.
Caddyshack.
On
And
how the
it
very
had-
sexist way to rate women.
Yeah, it was a super sexist way to rate women.
Right, I remember that.
And then and we talked about me doing that from now on.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because you
it
always
was
do that
kind
anyway.
of a joke, but we actually got some people on Facebook requesting this. So I went ahead
That's awesome.
and did my duty.
Your
now,
due diligence is.
Yeah. First of all, the 12-point scale from Caddyshack is obviously very insulting to women. So I have devised my own scale, which is much less insulting to women. It's called Rich's 11-point scale.
Rich's body shaming.
Slightly less offensive version.
Yeah, I mean, 12 points, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're going to do Lynn Collins for the Rich's 11-point scale.
Okay.
And it is a 0 to 11 point for each one of these 11 factors.
Okay.
And normally you do 0 through 10, but mine goes to 11.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay, I get it. I like
Right,
what you've done
yeah.
here.
All right, so I gave her hair. I gave her an 8. She's got really good hair. Eyes, I gave her a 10. Her fucking eyes are amazing.
Beautiful.
Nose, I gave her a 5.
Roadhouse.
I like her nose.
Smile, I gave her an 8.
Good smile.
Mine's a little different because I don't do armpits and like feet
Plus, we didn't see it.
like on Caddyshack.
What do you mean you don't do armpits and feet?
Well, that's what the Caddyshack scale had, armpits and
That
feet.
should have that. Those
No,
are
I'm not doing-
important.
I'm
Those
not
are
doing it.
important.
Well,
This
we-
is the Rich's 11 point
There's
scale.
a-
I think
there's
I
a-
think the armpits is very insensitive to women.
No, there's a musk that they have that is just so awesome.
I can't smell through the TV, so I got rid of that. So I did the hair, eyes, nose, smile, and then an overall face of how it all comes together.
Okay.
Because they might have a bad nose or whatever.
Composition. Got it.
Exactly. So on the overall face, I gave her an 8, even though I gave her a 5 on the nose. All right, so arms, I gave her an 8. Boobs, she gets a respectable 5. She has small boobs, but they're good.
Not on
I
John
gave her a
Carter.
5. Yeah, even on John Carter.
Rich is hating on shit.
Really, the pictures I was looking at was the John Carter pictures because holy shit, she's barely wearing anything in those things. Waist, she gets a 9. Butt, she gets an 8. Well, I mean, she's not balancing champagne on it or anything, but very respectable. Legs, 7. And then I give the final 11th factor is the X factor of sort of an overall, what do I think if I'm just walking down the street going, what do I think she is? And that I give her a 9. So that gives her a total of 8.1 for Lynn Collins.
She's an attractive woman.
She's very attractive.
I wrote, she's got some stuff and some things.
That's basically it. So if you did like the rating system,
right,
it would basically be Casey's a 10. Every single person left on Earth is a 9.9.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
One of my favorite lines in the whole movie was when Victor is sitting there at the bar. The guy's just like, "You're not from around here, are you?" or whatever, and scraping the thing. And he just looks at him and he just goes, "Do you have insurance?" And the guy's just like, "Insurance?" Like, no. He's just like, "That's too bad." And he just knows shit's about to get real. And then this motherfucker with the bone fingers walks through. And these things are shiny blades that, when they hit together, they create sparks.
No, he doesn't have them.
God damn it! That's right. This is where they get broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, he steps on them.
Son of a bitch. If you cut a horse's hoof too close, they'll fucking lose their shit.
I think of horses' hooves way more than I think I should probably think of them.
Are you being serious right now?
No, I'm dead serious.
I really want to know what this is about.
Well, because they're fingernails. And they're super sensitive. So the reason they put shoes on them is so they can walk on these, concrete and things like that. Because or anything, rocks or whatever. Because basically when they used to just run and run and run and run them, those things would wear down. Well, those get into the quick just like our fingernails do. And it hurts a lot.
Nice.
So the thing is, but those nails, they put nails in there. But it'd be like, it's almost like this. So like when girls used to grow their fingernails out really long and then put like a piece of fucking jewelry in there.
Yeah.
There's a camera. Show us on camera.
Do they still do? Oh, sorry. Why are we talking about this right now? I used to work at Claire's.
Oh, because Rich
in the mall.
Rich thinks about horse hooves all the time.
I do.
Oh, that's right. Why do you think about that?
I don't know. I'm always worried about that whole sensitive foot thing.
Yep, me too.
I don't know why.
Because
it's not like I can do anything about it.
Okay, don't speak until I'm done with this sentence.
All right, Gwen Stefani.
You
challenge accepted.
I thought it.
Okay, you're wrong. You are fucking funny. That was funny. You would be a great dog owner, and here's why. Because cutting their nails is fucking it's a science.
It's terrifying.
And if you get it into their quick, it will bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed.
I've never cut any
No,
nail.
but I'm saying you would be sensitive to that. Me either. I just bite that shit off, and if it's on my toe, I tear it off. Fuck it. Throw it in the floor, fucking eat it, whatever.
That's the worst. If you're ever going to date me, you're going to have a problem with my nails. I can't stand clipping my nails.
Oh, are your feet nails like really long?
Why don't you get pedicures?
Because it seems like a lot of money for something that I don't really give a shit about.
No, it's not. It's not. The toenails are little to do with the actual pedicure.
So do you just let them grow long? Do you bite them, or you just let the keyboard wear them down?
Let's have a pedicure day, guys.
I would totally do that, by the way.
So a Vietnamese chick rubs your leg for 20 minutes, trims your toenails, scrapes all the calluses off your feet, and sends you on your way. It's awesome.
I agree it's awesome. I just don't know if it benefits me long term.
It does in the dating
world. Did you hear me? I said Vietnamese. It benefits you long time.
No.
Not racist at all.
That's not racist.
It's not.
No, it's not.
No.
I didn't mean it.
Keep saying it's not.
It's not.
People start.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And she may not even be Vietnamese. She may be Korean. She may be. They're all of the nail technicians seem to be from one area of the world.
Asia.
You can't call it the Orient anymore. We should cut that out, probably.
Oh no.
There's no way in hell I'm cutting that out. Oh God.
We're going to make you indestructible. But first, we're going to have to destroy you. You remember what we were looking for in Africa? I remember. Well, I found it. It helped us create a metal compound so strong that you will be able to withstand virtually anything. It's called adamantium. can't put Victor down myself, Logan. To kill him, I'm gonna have to embrace the other side. Become the animal.
Let's do this.
I wish to God I would have figured out that he was saying adamantium so that we had fucking an adamant song. It's just anytime I'm listening or watching something that has a big word, I just ignore it. It's like watching Game of Thrones. I essentially just ignore all the big words. And if it's a family, I just assume I'm going to be able to put it together by the next conversation that happens on the show. And then if it's not, then I'll just kind of hold off. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with these two?
He's in it for the boobs.
So I do this in books when I read, and there's a big word that I don't understand or a big name. I just say in my brain the first thing that comes to me. So I can think of let's say I'm reading a book and it says adamantium and I can't, and it doesn't register. I just call it Adam, and for the rest of the book I'll just say Adam.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I substitute that in, and I don't even bother trying to sound it out and say it right. In
That's
my head.
such a good. That's a no.
Can't
read. That is such a good way to do it because I read with the author that I love more than anything is Christopher Moore. And he will name things like that. And it's like something where I can't pronounce it in my head. So it just becomes a visual thing for me. Like I just don't say it. I skip over it and go, and then, keep going. So the guy's name is, you know what I mean? No, it's not really. Because then we'd be in it like by the end of it, it's like.
Adamantium always reminds me of what I hate about Avatar, the movie Avatar. Where the mineral that they're mining is called unobtainium.
That's the worst.
Some stupid
bullshit.
I
mean, it's not that bad.
It's horrible. Every time they say it, I'm like, fucking out.
Yeah. You're talking about an Avatar.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like somebody with a sense of humor named this on this planet.
Yeah.
But
I did have like a sort of a touching moment here when he found her, and he thought that she was dead. He finds her, and I thought to myself, fuck, man. I mean, if this guy had lived 150 years, is that he's 150 years old?
Well, the Civil War was 150 years ago, so it was pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
Right. But in Canada, so you just fucking never know when that it's not. I mean, like,
he could have.
Canada lost teens of people. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they were.
I mean, it could have been the 1600s. We don't know.
As old as he is, it doesn't matter. I mean, like he's felt a lot of loss.
Sure. Even
if it was someone that he was just, favorable towards, like a friend or like, especially in the military, as people like, he was fucking stormed the beach at Normandy. He's probably the only one off the boat that made it, Yeah. Well, him and the fucking Saskatchewan terrorizer.
Right.
What's his name? Saber-toothed tiger. But anyway,
and the kid from Stand By Me's dad.
But this time it felt exactly. But this time, like he had let himself feel love for the first time, and it had to have been just fucking crushing for this guy.
So they kill her here, so we think. And when I first watched this movie, I was so enamored by her that I actually got pissed off at the movie makers for killing her so early in the movie, because I was so like,
you wanted
shit,
more
she's
of it, yeah.
Yes, I wanted. I got mad.
They also made her an amazing person. They made her a teacher.
Perfect. Oh my
but they
God.
made her a teacher and a supportive wife and or whatever.
Girlfriend, yeah.
And someone who understood all of these things that he was going through, and like he was super honest with her all the time. And here's all these things that's going on. The striker showed up at work today, and she's like, "What? What do you think he wants from you?" And she, and then the car stops and fucking.
And then when I watched it this time, I got that same feeling again, and then it brought me back to, oh, that's right. She's not really dead, but I remembered getting mad, and I kind of like relived that whole thing.
I have the same thing. When she touches that guy and makes him back off and move his car, I'm like, oh my God, she's a mutant. And then I always forget. They're like, yeah, they explain that she is a mutant later on.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, but if you were her, would you rather be her or her sister later in the movie?
Who would I rather be?
Yeah,
power wise,
like
power-wise.
Turn herself into Diamond Girl.
Yeah, and fucking, like, nothing can break diamonds. You could definitely cut through glass and shit.
guess
you're
so.
super valuable.
Her sister pisses me off in this movie. It's
What if
one of
you-
the things that pisses
Yeah,
me
we'll
off.
talk about that later.
You could
but
sell yourself to a guy in Dubai for so much money. Hold on, now he's becoming Weapon X here, and they're just like, let's erase his memory and all of that, and then there's the blades. We finally got the blades, and it all makes sense. And
do you know when he busts out of the water and he does his
Wolverine
little
thing.
flex Wolverine thing?
Right.
No CGI. That's his body, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah, he did it, guys.
There's one thing that always bothers me about when he gets his adamantium fused to his bones.
Yeah.
What the hell makes his fucking bone claws knives?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
what
I thought about that too.
What sharpens them?
Yeah, I did. I thought that they should have just made them bone in that same shape.
Yeah.
Before he got it.
Bones are kind of gross and swords are kind of cool, but we still do need to deal with his boner. So this guy now, everything is made of steel. He can shoot these fucking steel knives out of his knuckles, but let's just say he gets an erection. I mean, that thing is
Jaret,
gonna be what?
Boners aren't really bone.
But you know
It's
where
blood.
You know where
It
one of
says bone in it.
You know why though? Because most mammals have a bone.
Yeah.
And
really?
humans don't.
Yeah, and this is a mutant. So what if it is? That motherfucker is going to be like no curvature.
I
to
didn't
this
know
thing
that
at all.
that some animals have bone there.
Yeah, yes. Look it up. I forget what it's called. It's got its name, but I don't remember.
Well, why do they flop around like the horse penis flops around?
Because the bone comes out.
Well, the horse can kind of suck that thing back in and stuff. Like it's retractable. Fucking retractable.
I don't know. That's interesting,
It's
but I
like
don't want to learn any more about
Unicornerine.
No, that's actually a lot of people don't know this. That's where the unicorn came from. Is that there was a family driving through a town on a carriage, and a little girl saw a donkey with a huge erection, and the little girl said, "Dad, what's wrong with that donkey?" And the dad, looked at the wife and snickered a little bit, and looked back at the teenage son and sort of shrugged at him, and looked back again at the little girl and said, "Honey, that is not a donkey. That is a unicorn. Unicorns have one horn." Now, that happened here, and you know how that game when you go into like a third grade class and you tell like one person
Telephone
something,
game.
yeah, and that thing, that horn just moved up to the head, and that's where we got the unicorn. So a lot of people don't realize that, but that all happened in the Wild West. That's where we got where the unicorn thing came from, and that's also where rainbows were created. Those have carried on. The donkey's penis is back where the penis should be, but we still have rainbows.
This was my son's jacket. Try it on.
Thank you.
Now take my bike for a spin. Test the suspension.
64, huh?
Man, you're heavy.
Yeah, I put on a little weight recently.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, it fits you beautifully. I brought you some.
Whose heart didn't break in half when the old lady got shot? Though?
I know. It was the
Holy
fucking.
shit.
Actually, that was the thing. I was just like,
It was terrible.
okay,
awful.
so I guess fuck it. They'll just kill anybody, right?
Right.
Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but I'm going to go ahead and point this out because a lot of even people who have seen the movie might not realize this. But so this Hugh Jackman guy, he has all the fucking muscles.
Yeah, he does.
So he's just squatting down like the fucking thinker, and this guy comes in there with a shotgun and sees him, and it's just like there's more. I mean, there's muscles there that really don't even exist
No.
anymore. Like he
It's
has
crazy.
like made
He
himself
had when he was working out for this film,
right.
he couldn't get any more muscular than he was already.
Yeah.
And he had to shock his body. And I don't know, that just sounds terrible to
Right.
me, first of all. But he had to do something to shock his body so that he could get more muscles.
More muscle. Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
apparently it worked.
So he
because
essentially-
holy shit.
Yeah, he did it. He did it, guys. And then he
It
gets.
seems unhealthy.
They take him in. They these people had taken him in. He broke their bathroom.
Right.
And such a bad thing
Well,
to
because
do.
he wasn't used to having all of the metal inside
Here's
of
the
him.
thing about me, though. I'm like, he was already cold in the barn, and you bring him in and feed him. Then you're just like, you can get back out there and sleep in the cold. You know what I mean?
But he,
Like, get back.
he didn't have clothes the first time he was
They
in
give
the
him
barn.
blankets.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So they gave him a jacket.
Yeah, and it belonged to their son.
It did not cross my mind whatsoever that it was a homage to the original Wolverine uniform of yellow and black. Or was it yellow and black or yellow and brown?
It was yellow and brown.
Yellow and Black is actually a band called Striper or Bowling for Soup. You could take your pick.
I think Yellow and Blue was the cartoon.
Yeah, Yellow and Blue is the cartoon for shizzle.
Okay. So, anyway, but it was supposed to be an homage. It didn't cross my mind at all that was a tie-in at all to the original colors because the yellows were so muted. I didn't even notice it was yellow.
Was it the original jacket he was wearing in the first movie?
I don't know. It might have been. I don't know.
Hello.
There she is. You're so close today.
Yes, it's because I'm on my phone again. I'm at work, so.
Are you? Holy shit, what time is it there?
I work for a theater company, so I work at night when we have shows.
Okay. What's the show this week?
Lysistrata.
Okay.
You work for a theater company or do you work for the school?
I work for the theater department of a university that will remain nameless because I'm probably going to say fuck a few more times than they would like on that. So.
In her office at said university. Or unsaid university, as it seems to be. Did you watch this movie? Wait. You picked this movie, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, what was it about this one in particular that drew you to suggest that we talk about it?
Well, because it's for the release of Logan, right?
Right.
And so I feel like this is the movie that you would need to see in order for Logan to make the most sense.
Okay.
Like it was the best.
Agreed.
And I did ask that question because I thought that the previews to Logan looked so cool. Mm-hmm. All the intertwining stories of all these different characters and stuff, and it's a lot. It's a big fucking commitment, but it's good to know that because I have seen the previews to Logan and
it looks amazing. I think it's getting great reviews, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. I mean, it really does.
So she does have a beef with the movie.
Okay, let's hear it. What's the beef with the movie you got?
The beef that I have with the movie is Gambit.
Okay.
I hated the way they did Gambit.
What did you hate about it?
Okay, first of all, Gambit is supposed to be, in my opinion anyway, the sexiest X-Men there is.
Oh.
But he's, like, dangerous. Like, that's the whole thing, is he's supposed to be really shady and dangerous and criminally. And this guy was, like, a total pretty boy who didn't give me that.
They're coming out with a Gambit movie, apparently, that's starring Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Are you hating that as well?
Yes, I fucking know. Oh, God.
So who's your perfect person to play Gambit?
Besides me.
You know, I don't know who my perfect person is. At this point, I would take anyone who could do a Cajun accent. Because if Dennis Quaid can do a Cajun accent, you can't tell me they couldn't find somebody for this role.
You know who can do the shit out of a Cajun accent?
Channing Tatum.
No.
Oh.
Come on, man. Who would you and I pick if it had to be like the sexiest dude who could also be dangerous?
It's Brad Pitt.
And who lived in New Orleans for a long time?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. That is correct.
Now, see, that would work.
It would work, right? Yeah. So I just casted that shit. See, I'm getting this. I could fucking watch these movies too. All right, let's get to 5 questions. Here we go. Question number 1. Everything Ryan Reynolds says is fucking awesome ever. True or false?
True.
That is true. Absolutely. Ryan, I could literally listen to Ryan Reynolds talk all day. I just want him to just...
Same.
Yeah, just all the time. I no wonder that... Isn't he married to some, like, super hot chick?
Yes.
Which one?
He is married to Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. Yeah. And they're probably not even having problems because he's
they're all just super adorable.
Yeah, he just talks like that all the time. Yeah. That's what I'd do, too, if I could talk like that.
She's not hideous.
No, she was fine.
Yeah.
She's like fucking Clairol and shit. She doesn't even have to get out of the house. All right. Question number 2 is this. You are obviously on a college campus. Yes or no? The answer is yes. Yes. Right? You are. I can hear class. I can hear the theater letting out behind you, and I think it's awesome that you take the time during your job to talk to us because it'd be weird if I took time out of my job to actually do this. Question number 3 goes to you, Ashley C., because you're the one answering these questions. It didn't really make a lot of sense when Ben Kingsley showed up at the end of the movie, but when he did, it felt really good, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it did. It felt good. I don't know why. I don't know who that guy is, Xavier McDaniels or some shit like that. All I know is he was just like, everything's going to be fine. And I'm like, I fucking believe this guy. It's fucking, this guy looks like Gandhi that gained weight. Oh, wait. Question number 4. The blades that Wolverine has come out of his knuckles are fucking scary as shit. Let's be honest, the bones coming out are actually not really that fucking intimidating. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
False is correct. He's got bones coming out of his fucking knuckles. Jesus Christ. Although, you know, like the whole time you're seeing those, you're like, man, I bet those were delicious. You know what I mean? Just
Those
probably
ribs.
dipped them into fucking batter, deep fried them, and just gnawed the shit off out of us. It's probably just so fucking Texas State Fair good. It couldn't have been any better. Well, you've gotten 4 out of 5. Let's move on to our 5th and not final question of today's 5 questions. Question number 5. It's pretty obvious I don't know how to ask questions about a comic book movie. True or false?
True.
That is true. True. I really don't know how to do this without giving away stuff because it's all arguing in my head. I have a little insight because I saw the Ryan Reynolds movie, and then I was like, why is his face melted at the end of this one? And like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, I got a little confused. All right, we'll go to Rich for question number 6. Fantastic job so far.
Ashley,
Oh, Jesus.
you did not like the guy that played Gambit in this movie, but would you still let that actor play with your Gambits?
No.
No, that's a no. I thought that was going to be a thing. I thought that
she
too.
hates him.
Yep. I don't think dude should have long hair just for the just to have
Just
long
because?
hair. Yeah, you shouldn't do it just because. It should be a thing. and I
agree.
Take it from a guy that used to have some long ass fucking hair. Ashley, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening at work, and I know it's a beating sometimes for you at these times, but we think you're the best, and thank you as always for being such an amazing supporter.
Bye, Ash.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye. Talk to you soon. Bye.
That was random question time.
He got worse. He felt like you abandoned him. Hell, we all did. But Victor, he had to prove he was better than you. Hunting and killing everything he was born at. Quite a few months later myself. Couldn't take rounding him up.
Rounding who up?
Leave it alone.
Rounding who up, John? Hey, damn it, John.
We hunted our own kind, Logan. There's a special place in hell for the things we did.
Mutants. Why?
Stryker said we'd be making a difference. Protecting people from the bad ones.
See, Will.i.am does good here. There are just a couple of lines where I feel like they could have given him another shot. You know what I mean?
I can't decide if he's the worst actor in this film or the worst actor in history.
No, so that's mean. I mean, it's good to have dudes out of their element do cameos, and I get it. I mean, it's fun, and
This was more than a cameo, though.
You let this guy play this character, and God, he's like one of the most successful musicians of the last decade. So
the whole tugging at the jacket during the fight,
yeah, and then just when he sits down during their conversation, it's real just odd blocking. Like,
but it could have been like the 15th take.
It might have been, but I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was cool that he was in it. I thought he may have had a few too many lines, and it didn't work all that well. What we do find out here, so I didn't remember this conversation as being so foretelling in that he talked about that he used to work with him and they were rounding up people, and so he's starting to figure it out a little bit here. At least he thinks. Again, he's fucking Jim Carrey in the Truman Show here. So remember, everybody knows about his shit. So don't mention his weight. We get to the boxing thing. The guy's gained a little weight. I mean, I've put on a few pounds the last couple of years. I don't expect you guys to mention
Not
it.
this many pounds.
Every time you go, I don't know. I'm getting fucking close. Like,
No, you're not.
if I put on one of my old shirts, I would fucking look exactly like this guy.
Did you just call me
No,
Bob?
yeah, did you? So he called him Bub, right?
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, Bub.
Which is a Canadian thing,
Right.
And he thought he called him Blob, and then this shit happens.
Even though he actually called him fat earlier,
Yeah.
like
he
one
did.
sentence ago.
I fucking love Kimi.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay, so
He was on
confused.
Lost.
Okay,
He was on Lost.
All right.
And his name was Kimi.
All right, you guys are fucking stupid.
You should
watch it. So Will.i.am is like a fucking. As we were just talking about Dungeons and Dragons during the. So he's like a fucking shapeshifter or like a changeling or some shit. Like
no, he teleports.
He teleports, but like he teleports while fighting. You know, like so.
Not very well.
He got the fucking shit kicked out of him. Did you guys notice the Budweiser fucking product placement here?
No.
Yeah. They kept popping the beers.
This whole scene, anytime you would see him, it was holding that beer brand out. Even by the thing. So just so blatant. You know, it was like very Wayne's World. Like Nuprin, little yellow difference.
I actually don't have a problem with any of that. Like, as long as it's...
I don't have a problem with it either. I just like to point shit out.
No,
because
I wasn't
this is
saying
a
that you
fucking
do.
podcast.
I was continuing the subject
Oh,
you
okay.
brought up.
Sorry.
It was a very good subject.
Sorry, I got mad too fast. I'm sorry.
There's a lot
I
of
thought you were fucking with me.
No.
I don't know. I
There's
can't tell.
I
feel like your goddamn mood is changing. And I can't feel it anymore.
No. So a lot of people have problems with product placement. I don't. I think that's a logical next step to, I'm not watching commercials. Sorry, not going to do it.
No.
But if you wear something cool that I want, give me a way to click on it.
Yeah.
On the TV when I go, that's a badass jacket. I want it. Give me a way to pause, select, buy on Amazon.
Hold fucking everything right now. And I'm not fucking joking. Yeah. If you've just come across the greatest idea of all time.
No, I had this idea 10 years ago.
You can shut your mouth.
Yeah, but let's make it, Rich.
Literally, as you're watching something, you want something that someone has or something behind them.
Right.
You click on it.
Yes.
Deal with Amazon.
Boom.
That's what I want.
I came up with this 10 years ago.
Why doesn't Amazon Fire TV do that now?
When Apple made the Apple TV, I said, holy shit, this is what they're doing. This is genius.
And why doesn't
I thought
Google,
they were doing this?
Why doesn't Google? Okay, we want an answer to Amazon. Now we own YouTube, so you can literally click on anything in a video. Otherwise, no brand names.
Right. I mean, the X-ray that the Amazon Fire has right now, where you pause it and all the actors and the songs come up.
Yeah,
why isn't it like products in this scene?
Me and Casey accidentally do that every once in a while. We're like, holy shit, look at all this stuff. How the fuck did we get off this screen to get back to where it was
this
earlier?
Very interesting screen.
Exactly.
And then you hit the go back button, you go back to the main menu. You're like,
God damn it! It's like I started it over. Motherfucking shit.
So what brings you to our fair city, sir?
Victor Creed.
And who's there?
The man I'm gonna kill. Works with a man named Stryker on the island. Just need to know where it is.
Why would you think I know that?
Well, because I know who you are, Gambit. You're the guy who escaped, and you're the guy who's gonna take me back there.
All of a sudden, everybody just sounds like this now. So we've got Garth Brooks on the XM Sirius station. We've got Wolverine.
Hey.
Now Gambit. Now we got fucking Travis sounds like this.
So we talked.
Will.i.am sounds like this.
I'm Wolverine.
Everybody sounds like this. Here's the thing. Well, hold on. Just back up for just a second.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Why the fuck? Okay, by the way, I did write this. So he went in there. He got all the shit kicked into him, whatever. Did I already say this? And then he went to go get his bones out. And they were blades, and I just wrote, God damn it, because I'm just like, why are these bones at the first of the movie, and then they're blades, and I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. I just couldn't wait. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing. So he has been on the island, right? He's been there. He went through the transformation.
Right.
So he's escaped from the island. How does he not remember where it was?
Okay, this confuses, and I have this note for later when
it's not the same place.
It's not the same place? Okay. So it's not the same. Why do they have two different layers?
Yep, agreed.
That doesn't make it. That's not efficient
I'm like,
at all.
you've been there. You've escaped this place.
That's not a good use for taxpayer dollars.
Don't you remember when he escaped? He jumped off, and there was a fucking waterfall.
Yeah, the waterfall and everything.
There's no fucking waterfall on
and that's
3 Mile
where
Island.
And that's where that's where he goes back.
He was in the Canadian Rockies.
Yeah, it's
doing
at
his
sea
bullshit.
level at the fucking 3 Mile Island.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we back up. Why the fuck isn't Will.i.am and the fat guy being hunted down? They're mutants.
Because they want the right mix of powers that will coexist in this.
Oh, and they've already got Will.i.ams because they've already got the shapeshift. No.
Teleporting.
What you're saying doesn't make sense, Will. I just fucking got you.
Fuck.
They should have been hunting him down. He's easily findable in Las Vegas, and until he kills him in that alley and gets that fucking blood sample and puts it into Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds cannot fucking teleport.
That I bet they didn't care, and then because they found him, they just took it anyway, and then so this would be a nice little addition. That's probably what happened.
Sorry, I was breaking the fourth wall on our new video streaming situation.
No, look again. Oh, it focused. It freaked out.
So we talked to Ashley C. a little earlier about Channing Tatum is playing the Gambit in.
We think, right? Is that
apparently it's a done deal.
Full deal.
It's not scheduled yet.
Yeah,
but it's planned, and the director said it's a definite.
They should give him a Danish accent.
So I wrote this,
and he's from the area, so he should have a good Cajun accent. By the way, what's the best place to have a fight with your significant other?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Every time.
Yeah.
Why there?
I also think it's obvious.
It's not out of place?
No. Think about it. Think about this movie. This guy throws cards at this motherfucker, bursts him through a wall, and nobody rushes out there to see what's going on. It's a full place. Everybody's fine.
It's Mardi Gras.
Everything's fine. So, yes.
They see this every day.
Casey and I have a rule.
Because there's no beads. That's why no one
If we get in a fight and we break up in New Orleans...
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count. So essentially, you just say it's the greatest therapy of all time. You just save up all the shit you want to yell at someone until you're in New Orleans. You fucking get there. You have a couple of Hurricanes, couple of Miller Lights, couple of grenades,
Bananas Foster,
a couple of Bananas Foster, and then you just yell that shit right on the streets. Wake up the next day. Everything's back to normal.
But it's kind of like our fight the other week where like none of it fucking makes sense.
Not our fight.
No, mine and Rich's fight.
Yeah, you and Rich. Yeah.
Well, now we have to explain that we got
We don't have to really explain.
No, explain.
After the podcast, you and I started talking something political.
Which should never happen.
No, especially not when we've been drinking.
Hold on. May I step in? It actually started as a conversation about The Bachelor.
That's right.
And him being like the hair thing.
Hold on. No, I don't want to restart the argument. I'm gonna summarize this.
Do it.
It started. I was literally sitting here just minding my own business the whole time. I did not jump in once. And it was essentially this conversation about The Bachelor, and one person thought one thing, one person went, now not about like choice or whatever. And yes, there's a lot of personal shit that got thrown into this and like opinions and like, a lot of shit. And that fucking took itself downstairs and ended up getting political and real fucking crazy.
Loud.
And the whole time I was just, Casey had ordered me dinner and I hadn't eaten it yet.
He's on the couch
I went and warmed up my dinner, fucking sat down on the couch.
Please let me describe this, because we're sitting there yelling at each other in the kitchen, and you're like right next to us, getting something out of the fridge very calmly. Yeah. You walk around us. You're like scooping stuff from your bowl and putting it in your mouth, and then you walk around to the couch, turn on the TV, and start watching TV.
And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
You guys are literally...
You never said anything.
Nothing.
We're just yelling at each other.
You guys are fucking full on like, you're an idiot. Well, you're an idiot. Well, you're not thinking about this. You're not thinking about this. And
then it turns out we weren't even talking about the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, and then when you left... it settled down for a second, and I just go, well, you guys weren't even really arguing about the same thing. You were saying this, and he was saying this, and
neither of us were disagreeing with what
the other one was saying. You were fighting about one thing, she was fighting about another.
Jared was just happy to be on the other side of it.
I was just like, I'm so glad I'm not in this.
We have a new thing where
I'm enjoying my dinner. You know, it's way too late for me to be eating this, but it's so delicious.
No, we have a new thing where sometimes, like, whenever we're going places and it's like gonna be a barn burner, like before we get out of the car, it's like, okay, I'm going to say all the things that I'm pissed off at you about right now so that I don't get drunk and say it.
Yeah, so I don't get drunk and say it later. Yeah.
Let's just get all of this out here. That thing you said last Thursday about my hair, I'm still mad.
Then a fucking storm rolled in and you guys got all cute like, I know, you're an idiot, but I love you. And you're like, I love you so much. You're my best friend's daughter. You know, I'm home safe. It's fucking hailing here. And she's like, fuck the weather's so bad. And you're like, I'm worried about you, and everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine now.
Relax. We're almost there. There it is, the island. 3 Mile Island. Hiding in plain sight. No one's gonna snoop around a nuclear reactor. They think it's gonna turn them into freaks. Like you? Right.
Where is 3 Mile Island, by the way?
It's in Pennsylvania. I thought it was in New Jersey this whole time.
Oh, I thought it was in New York.
No,
So
I
thought it was in
on
New York,
the
too.
river between New Jersey and New York.
Yeah, I thought it was in New York, too.
No, it's in Pennsylvania. Fucking Pennsylvania. Why do they get a fucking thing like that? Pennsylvania.
Fucking
a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, fuck them.
I don't know. Is that a thing? This is a real thing, right?
Yes.
Power plant?
It was a famous meltdown. It was the only meltdown we had in the United States.
And what happened?
I've had a lot of meltdowns in the United States.
They contained
That's
it.
true.
It was,
I've been
okay, yeah, I was going to go into this. So it's actually operational today.
Yep.
2 completely different companies run the 2 different reactors. Again, it's in Pennsylvania. I had no idea. I thought it was in New Jersey because I just thought New Jersey was dirty.
Yeah,
shithole. Sorry, New Jersey.
You know, hold on.
And hang on. And
Okay, God damn it.
So they had the meltdown. The safety measures actually worked. There was no radiation leaks, but it was the public scare that killed the project and killed us. Actually, it killed us having virtually free fucking electricity from a nuclear power electric grid for decades.
Yeah, freak people out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, is that what killed it, though? Or the
That is
lobbyists
what
after
killed
this?
it.
Because,
No,
I mean,
that's
I'd
what
take
killed
the
it.
chance. Fuck it if it's in Pennsylvania. I mean,
No,
like,
I actually have been saying this for years. I think we should actually make tons of nuclear power plants in Nevada. Because who fucking cares what happens in Nevada? I mean, we had nuclear tests there. And then that just powers the entire United States.
Can you not do it in the cold? Why not go to unpopulated areas? Why not Alaska?
And Nevada is unpopulated. There's
okay, good
Vegas,
point.
Reno, and that's
Yeah,
it.
That's it, yeah. Laughlin.
The problem is water.
Silver City.
It needs water, but I mean, the Hoover Dam.
Okay, Salt Lake City. We fucking did it.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's go there. Get it be not salt water? Or
sure.
Does it? Fuck, yeah.
Fucking
we can do that.
Tokyo does it.
Yeah. Tokyo. Do they do nuclear power?
Or whatever that leak was that happened.
Yes, they do.
Oh, that was a big one, right?
Yeah, that was because of
Fukushima.
a fucking tidal wave.
And did people like melt and shit, or what happened? Like they just stuck to
I
the
think
fucking
a couple
walls?
people melted.
Fukushima.
Yeah.
They fucking melted to the walls and shit?
Yeah, but they have. I mean, we don't have that kind of shit in Nevada. There's no fucking earthquakes.
Right.
Yes, there are.
Not like
There's also no morals, so...
Not tidal wave
You can figure that
earthquakes
out.
is going to cause a problem.
There are no tidal waves in Nevada, no.
Yeah, all right.
Man, I had something I was going to say
sorry. I
earlier,
didn't
and you
realize you-
fucking had to
know.
goddamn fucking finish your point.
I'm sorry.
And it was, I think it was good.
New Jersey?
Oh! I actually do have it.
It's actually very
No,
beautiful in New Jersey.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
I want to
super
tell. But I want to tell you why it gets that stigma.
Newark?
Yes, it's across from Manhattan.
Right.
So when you're going to Manhattan, you have to go through Newark. You have to look over this, and there's nothing wrong with Newark. It's just
Except for the carjacking.
Hold on, but it's also industrialized.
Yeah.
So there's industry there. So people from
Supporting.
Manhattan, the largest city in the country and one of the largest cities in the world, look across to ugliness and just fucking industry.
Well,
Because something has to support
Tandem's
that.
pretty bad, too.
As you drive down south and across or whatever, it's the fucking Garden State, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, when you
it's
get
very
off
beautiful.
the turnpike and you go, like, west,
Yeah.
beautiful.
It is such a beautiful place. And the people there are not the stereotype they get. They really are just great, great people. We've had so much fucking fun
I've been to Haddonfield a few times. It's
in New
beautiful.
Jersey. Yeah, it's great.
I'm
And
glad we turned this around from my original comment.
Yeah.
This is much better.
Me too. Yeah, I totally agree.
Before I got you, I want to know why.
I needed your powers for the pool.
The what?
The mutant killer. Deadpool. Years of searching and refining, finding the right powers that can coexist in one body without ripping it apart. My son was the first piece of the puzzle. Logan, you were the last. You made Weapon 11 possible.
So this is where they lose me here, by the way, in the movie. I feel like they jumped the shark with the whole taking powers from other mutants and putting them into another.
Take them how?
This isn't. Yeah, exactly. This isn't how this works. Or at least it shouldn't be how it works. It's too much for me to forgive in suspending disbelief.
Also, if you were going to be able to take anything from anyone, you should be able to give everything to everyone, right?
Right. And
so that's the thing is like, okay, so this guy doesn't get sick.
Like, why didn't they take regeneration powers and just monetize this and sell it to everybody?
Yeah,
this is why capitalism is so much better for socialism, because a capitalist would have went, wow, we could take these regeneration powers and sell it.
Well, also, so they make, okay, so obviously Deadpool. So these are dead mutants. It's pulled together. But isn't he Deadpool? When he's Deadpool in the thing where, how did he get his powers?
This has no tie to the Deadpool movie.
God damn! See, that's what's frustrating for
it's
just
frustrating
a normal
for everybody,
dude.
even fans.
But it is frustrating for like a normal person.
Right.
It'd be like, I know you guys are both huge Star Wars fans or whatever. But
I like the Star Wars.
I mean, if they just if they didn't connect the stories or whatever, and they were just like, so like a lot of people had problems even with the last one, right? With that, and it wasn't connected.
The problem is the studio. This studio sucks balls.
Yes, Fox.
Who's this studio?
Fox.
Right. Hold
they
on.
don't give a shit.
I know, because I mean every time I do a fucking bit and you're about to talk, then you just go,
More importantly, can we like somehow like edit like the clip for him saying that Fox sucks balls? That'd be super important to me.
What, Fox sucks balls?
Yeah, can we just like have Rich saying that so I can have it recorded?
You just want me to have that all the time?
No, just for like my own personal like.
Yeah. Oh, I can give you that anytime you want.
It's Fox News. Do you want me to just say Fox News sucks balls and then you can just take that?
No, you just did.
You did it.
Thank you.
Jared's opening a beer.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, Fox and Fox News it's not the same thing. So anyway.
I know that.
All right. So.
I saw a fox once.
What did the fox say?
No, I was literally walking down the streets of Bristol, England. I was walking.
You had to go to England to see a fox. I saw.
No. I'm not kidding. Like, and I was walking from the bar to the bus, and just in the cities there, fox are like coyotes here. So I mean, they're just out of land and shit, and like this just. Fox just fucking runs up and like just runs past me, and I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's a fox. And he looked at me like, holy shit, that was fucking Jared, a bowling with soup. And then he just kept running. That was the end of the story. That really did happen though. I mean, I'm not sure he recognized me, but I sure as fuck recognized him.
Jared, sure he did.
I mean, I know you're being modest, but
I called a friend one time because he had a pet fox that had wore a collar and had a little habitat. And I was in Denton, and I was like, dude, there's a fox with a collar running around. I should call him and be like, hey, your fox got out. Wasn't his fox. That's why I don't hang out in fucking Denton.
They have my sister. Please, I didn't trick you into loving me. It was real for me, too. Please, I'm so sorry. They have my sister.
Where is she?
Man, so one of the disadvantages I have in doing this podcast is I already have Rich's quotes so that I can make my notes below those so that I'm not like off. So I comment on them.
Spoiled it for you.
No. It's not your fault, but I mean, you're doing what you do. But I do have to read ahead because after they say one thing, I have to read ahead to know, okay, this is where you need to start putting the shit that you're going to... And all of my comments are stupid. I mean, it's just like... my next one is, hey, it's that guy. I mean, like, that's literally the...
All your comments are like that.
That's it.
Like, even if I read your comments, I don't...
know what I'm going to say.
All,
yeah, Casey watches me write them sometimes, and she's just like, how does that even make any sense to what...
I read him over his shoulder sometimes when he's not even paying attention, and it fucking cracks me up.
It's just like, I mean...
I have, like, paragraphs under all my notes, and then you have, like... What's up with that?
Yeah,
God damn it!
Oh, yeah. None of my comments on this movie are more than 7 words.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, it cues me as to what it is that I want to talk about. Like, God damn it means a lot. But, so I read this one. For some reason, I read this one as, you put, they have my sister. Mm-hmm. And I had read ahead as, they have a sister. Okay? So what was happening is Victor and and Wolverine are in the room, and then she's there, and I'm thinking, and then he says the thing about the sister, and I'm like, holy Jesus Christ! They had him have sex with his fucking sister in a log cabin and become a lumberjack. Like, gee, this is the most fucked up thing how could you put this in a comic book? Ever. Like, I literally, and I had to rewind it and watch it again. And I'm still trying to figure it out, right? And
it's
she
all
doesn't,
because you can't read.
But she doesn't even say anything about it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck? Do they actually have a sister? So then I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's in that Logan movie or what. I rewind again, still trying to figure it out. And then the thing comes up, and then oh, fuck, I figured it out. The sister's adopted. And she doesn't say it. So then I got to wait fucking 10 minutes for her to actually say, they have my sister. So I know that fucking Wolverine's feelings aren't hurt.
So he caved, and she didn't even have to touch him. So
no.
He's with me. He'd do anything she asked regardless.
Yeah, he thinks she's an 8.75.
8.1, yeah.
8.1. 8.1 is what you give her?
Yeah. No, I mean,
after the Caddyshack.
I know, but I
thought it was out of 11.
I just feel
it
like...
It is out of 11, but no one's ever getting an 11.
All right, so on that scale, and I'm just... Let's fucking spitball. Who's a 10?
I think we need a Casey Mann scale.
10 is near impossible. I mean,
okay, who's the closest to a 10 in the world?
Machen and
that's not a porn star.
This is why it's fucked up to be in your head. Like, you should just have
it's
a 10.
unrealistic, yeah.
Yeah, you should just have a 10, and that's what it is. Like, this is the fucking best. You should have a girl that you just see, and you go,
it's not like Kate
that's
Beckinsale.
The fucking hottest chick I've ever
seen. She couldn't be a 10 because she doesn't have any boobs, but she would be really close.
I know, but see,
she couldn't be an 11 because she didn't have any boobs.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Man,
but I'm going to save the 11 for, like, holy shit, I didn't even see this coming.
I know.
She's better looking than I thought was a 10.
I know, but you're setting yourself up to never be happy about anything. It's like...
No.
I know, but
I've explained this before.
I know,
this is just for Hollywood people. I would never rate a normal person that I know or...
Okay, so...
Because they're
I still really want to know. Like, as a normal person, whether they're Hollywood or not, who's a 10? For you.
There's no normal people that have ever been 10s?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just not.
And it doesn't have to be
I
just
don't
like
look at normal people like that. When someone puts himself on screen and says, "I'm the hot girl in this movie," I go, "Okay, I'll tell you if you're hot."
I'll judge you, and you don't follow. You don't fall under those same discretions because you're not putting yourself out there like that.
Right.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Casey Mann scale.
Right. I think that's insane. But I totally understand. No. But this is the first time I've ever understood what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
I'm glad you understand.
No, I really do. I'm not being mean.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not.
Please do another shot of whiskey so you start being nice again. I'll do one with you.
I should make you pull the trigger, but that would make us no better than you. Throw the gun away. Turn around. Walk until your feet bleed. And then keep walking.
All right. So, I was thinking about this. He's in the military. Yeah. I mean, he's got to have, like, some whoop-ass shoes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd rather shoot myself than walk until my feet bled wearing shoes.
Do you ever watch Naked and Afraid?
On that one time at your house.
They don't have fucking...
I'm saying that's like the only part that would kill me is if they like don't have
the feet.
shoes. Like,
I know. Well, the thing, like the ones that do really well prep their feet on gravel and shit.
Oh, really?
My feet are soft and supple.
Well, you know who would do really well?
Me.
Rich, because he doesn't get pedicures.
That's right.
And seriously, this is not a thing. I'm not trying to fuck with you right now. Like, I can go get a pedicure and try to walk to my car barefooted.
In the morning. It's so bad.
And you step on that. Our driveways have that
like
gravel look.
It's aggregate.
aggregate look or whatever, and that shit on bare feet fucking hurts.
My shower has aggregate, so there you go.
It's like some sort of
Well, that's the last time I took a shower
You're
at
like
Rich's house.
You're like a fucking ninja.
It's like he's born to survive.
They have.
It's like you're the karate rich.
It has those little stone tiles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a little rough, but I like it because it like cleans my feet when I'm doing it.
Hard to get the semen out of that though. You gotta like, splash it with your hands a bunch.
I don't
do the thing where you go.
I've never done that in the shower.
When it gets wet and it turns into glue.
Do you do that? I've never done that.
I blow my nose in the shower every day, and so I have to do the shh.
His shower. That's
I have
that's why I don't get in that shower.
Stop it.
It's gross.
Babe, we share a toothbrush.
Well, only whenever I leave my
Yeah, but it
home.
doesn't have your sperm on it.
That's actually probably debatable.
I don't masturbate in the shower. I don't
know of.
I don't either. I think it's
especially
ridiculous.
these days. I'm too fat. I can't see my dick.
Oh, well.
Nobody be quiet about that. That's a good fucking fat joke about my fat.
Oh.
Do you see what you did?
What?
You made Will laugh like that.
Like super creepy.
Yeah, that was super creepy.
You will be all right, Scott. My name is Charles Xavier. I'm a mutant, like you.
I can hear your thoughts.
Yes, and I can hear yours. You're safe now. Come, we have to go.
All right, so...
Oh, it's that guy!
Hey! He made everything okay. So, question, I'm being completely serious.
All right, here we go.
Who is this Charles Xavier?
He's Professor X.
But he's going to get the X-Men together.
He's the one that starts the school for the X-Men, and that's where the very, very first X-Men movie was at the school. It started at this school.
My question is this.
It's Legion's daddy.
So...
Right. Really good, by
I
the way.
guess I thought there were only like 5 X-Men, but the thing is there's...
No.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
All of these super... Like, never ending, right?
It's like a rotating roster.
Yeah, like not all of them are introduced. I mean, there's
Yeah.
tons.
Tons of ancillary just... Oh, this person has fire, and this person has long
This
toenails.
guy, and everybody's a mutant. They just all have something that happens.
I'll point this out also. I fucking love the X-Men. I just didn't see this movie. And since it's a backstory, I don't know what's happening.
Who are you? What do you mean, who am I? I'm the guy who brought you here. Now we gotta go. Where the hell am I? Listen to me. I'm a friend. I'm a friend. Yeah. What's my name? What's my name? Your name is Logan. You need to trust me. We have to go. Follow me.
Here is why this could never be played on the radio as a as like an Orson Welles kind of fucking, like the aliens are attacking thing. Because this is what it sounds like. Hey, it's time to go. Hey, well, what's my name? Hey, well, your name is Logan. Hey, well, that's what you say. Yeah, but if you don't say that things were doing something else, then you're fucking, okay, we should probably get out of here. I don't think I want to go. Yeah, man, but there's fire trucks. Yeah, but the fire trucks don't fucking scare me. I got blades that come out of my knuckles for no reason because I can't fucking remember how they got there. Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? I got a biplane. Oh, yeah? Well, your fucking biplane could fucking suck it. How about that? Hey, man, good luck to you. Hey, man, good luck to you, too. Here I go. That is exactly what it sounds like when you can't see. Everybody needs to stop talking in that fucking voice all the time. I'm serious. Like, it's in a world.
In a world.
In a world.
There's a movie called
where
In a World.
Wolverine is happening. 2 men find themselves on a deserted plain that has been taken over by fire trucks. Those fire trucks are about to fucking try to arrest these motherfuckers. Guess what? They escape. That's all I got. I don't know. In a world. I can fucking do that voice. Let's go to reviews of the movie, though. And so what we found out is this movie was definitely instrumental in setting up the movie Logan. Now, this movie did not do well, which I did not know. I just assumed every superhero movie did well. All in all, I think it was a great movie. I really liked it a lot.
I thought the plot of the movie, the idea of the movie, was stellar. I don't think it could have been more perfect, except for the Deadpool stuff. The CGI was horrible. I thought the CGI killed it.
And you didn't mention that though during the broadcast of this podcast, though. Like what
about the CGI? I kept meaning to bring it up, and I kept.
But
fucking it up.
what were the?
Well,
names
they had a leak. They had a leaked version, And the leaked version didn't finish the CGI. It looked like Terminator 2, Robert Patrick, for all of the special effects. It was all silver, because they hadn't added the textures to it yet. So that was my first experience watching this movie, and it kind of ruined it because you see it like that and you can't unsee it. And so now when I watch it, all I see is just the bad CGI, and I can't really get past that. But even still, I think the CGI was lower budget than most of the other movies. Even like his claws coming out looked fake. Yeah,
you're right.
I feel like it was the best plot of all the X-Men movies, but it just fell short CGI and then the whole Deadpool thing.
I definitely thought that the claws coming out looked fake. I actually thought the wounds healing and stuff was pretty cool. I'm certain that the helicopter crash or whatever was CGI.
Oh yeah, it was really bad.
I didn't really hate it. I thought it was cool.
No, I liked the movie a lot.
Yeah.
But you really have to forgive a lot as well.
I guess I'm probably still of the school of like, holy shit, they fucking did that with computers instead of like, holy shit, they did that with the computers and that looks like shit. So I guess I'm just probably on a different plane. But anyway, I'm glad I got to watch the movie Wolverine. I hope that the next movie does really, really well. It's called Logan, and it's about Logan, who is Wolverine, and Ben Stiller is in it as the older guy who runs everything, and it should be good. All right, let's carry on.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
All right, Ash Robinson writes this. Hi, guys. I just want to say I'm loving the podcast every week. I've recently returned to work after a few months off with anxiety. I fucking totally get it, dude. I want to say thank you, as listening to the podcast and outtakes over time has kept me sane. I watched a lot of movies and managed to get most of the podcast back catalog watched and listened to. I'm going to tell you this right now. This guy is definitely English.
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell just by how he writes. I now feel like an expert on Molly Ringwald. I'm really excited to see Bowling for Soup headline at Slam Dunk in Leeds, and I really hope to meet you guys there. Do you know how we can make it happen to see anything about VIP tickets through the event organizer? I really don't, but we would love to meet you. You can actually just hit Rich up if you'd like. And he's going to be organizing some meetups, I think, at the shows for himself. And then, man, if I can make it, I will be. I'm just being completely honest. My days are super full there, and that's in no way being a dick. But I hope I can be there, and more than likely I can be.
I will definitely be hitting a pub or two.
Yeah.
During the day, so I will announce where I'll be, and we can all meet up and hang out. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Awesome. Now,
I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink alone. So,
well, I'll probably be with you. I don't hang out with Jaret whenever we're in England.
So he says, "I like you more than friends," which is really, really nice.
Excellent.
Now, some of these things are in remote sites, so you guys are going to have to Uber there or whatever. But that's a good thing.
Whatever.
You can go into the city and kick it pro style. Ash, I hope your anxiety is better. Mine's been flared up a little bit lately, and man, I know it sucks, so I hope you do better and all that stuff. Nigel Watson writes this. Hi, guys. I hope you're well. I have a question about the sitting down to pee thing. I do see the advantages, like a poop coming out that you never knew about.
Right.
Poop coming out that you never knew about. Poop coming out that you never knew about. I do see the advantage, like the poop coming out you never knew about, and it keeping you from missing the bowl. It's dark. However, he says, I can't sit on a cold toilet seat, so I would have to line the seat with toilet paper.
Put the little carpet cover thing on the top of your toilet bowl that wraps around. It touches the seat part, and it keeps it warm. It's fine. You lift it up, it's not cold.
No, that's not a good thing, because when you do that, it won't stay up. It just keeps falling off.
No, that's how you fucking mounted your seat, because mine stays up just fine.
You know what? I fucking sit down on a cold seat because I'm not a pussy.
Yeah, that's right.
That too. Thank you, Will.
We need
fucking
hey, colonblowband.com. We need a fucking that's the golden boy, the king of Kitty
Corner Will.
I think we just did it, actually. I'll just take that bit. Okay. That's fine. Please do a Mila Kunis movie. She's so freaking hot. Yeah, she is super hot. She's married to that fucking Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. You have no chance, Nigel. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the...
I've got a permanent seat warmer around here.
Yeah.
Jaret.
It's me. That's right.
I never sit on a cold toilet. He always just got out of there.
Is only about one thing. Not having to clean up pee.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I sit down to pee for a lot of reasons.
I like to relax.
He wants to play games on his phone.
I want to play games. I just want a few minutes to myself. And
I
guess
take,
what?
2-hour baths. I get it.
That surprise shit is fine with me.
Glorious.
Then I reposition my feet.
He talks about scheduling his poop. He doesn't want to poop at certain times.
Okay, well that's silly.
Then don't sit down.
Mine happen at the same times. It's just that sometimes I think I want another one.
Sometimes surprises are the best things in life.
That's another one likes the poop.
Right.
Barry Ferguson, the original $1 Patreon supporter, writes this. I started the subreddit for your podcast sometime back after hearing Rich's appeal for someone who understands Reddit. So far, only 9 people have subscribed. One of these subscribers is regularly downvoting. What does that mean? Reddit works on upvotes and downvotes as a means to calculate the popularity of the post into a score called karma. What the fuck? We got bad karma now? And I would like to know why. I know there isn't much in the subreddit, but it's open for everyone for posts to come. Why am I reading this, Rich? What the fuck do I care about?
So his point is everyone go to Reddit and upvote.
Okay, great. On a lighter note, still loving the podcast. It seems to get better every week, and the extra content is worth the Patreon, and the extra content is worth the Patreon subscription many times over. I also bought tickets for Slam Dunk the other day, so I'll see you in Birmingham in May. Storm the castle! Dude, Barry, you are my favorite ever, and thank you for knowing my bits. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't mean that like... I didn't mean that.
You guys have met before.
I didn't mean that like British people say, hey, I'm glad you know my bits. I meant like, thanks for knowing my bit comedy, sir. And I'm sorry I skipped over the first fucking goddamn novel that you wrote, but Jesus Christ.
Let's check the Facebook page.
All right. Geraldine Darling Hickey says this. Hi, Rich and Jaret and Casey and Will and Tim and Jack and Emma and Everett. My boys, Josh and Toby, and I were traveling to Belfast today from Dublin. And as we lose radio halfway there, I decided we'd watch The Sandlot last night and follow up with the Sandlot podcast episode on the way up. We did Drunk Dynasty 2 on the way home. Yeah. Oh, 2 times on the way home. My question is this. Have you plans to do any more kid-friendly podcasts? My boys really enjoyed it. They are 14 and 12 and would happily listen on the more long journeys in the future. Thanks for the podcast. I listen on my commute, and I am the loon who gets face ache from smiling on said commute. Oh, that's so nice. She's a loon who smiles so much on her commute that her face hurts.
Right.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I've actually been trying to get Rich to do more of these kid-friendly things. I don't think he likes it as much because he doesn't think I'm very funny.
And he doesn't like kids.
And he doesn't like kids. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll definitely do that.
I want to see him body shame a cartoon character.
I actually,
he will.
I would actually love us to do more kid-friendly stuff so that during the non-kid-friendly stuff, we can just be more dirty.
Sometimes I feel like doing more kid-friendly stuff is going to make kids stumble onto our non-kid-friendly stuff.
Yeah, so the point of the kid-friendly podcasts are to let people who listen all the time listen in the car.
Rich's deal.
I did not mean to do that. I have never...
It was probably warranted somehow.
I have never accidentally hit that ever. Anyway, so yeah. And also, I just love when my kids are on the show, and they're both fucking great. And actually, Everett's on the show all the time. So all 3 of my kids are on the... Everett is literally on the pre-show every fucking week. Time. Saying goodnight. But anyway, thank you, Geraldine Darling Hickey. I gave one of you to a girl one day in high school on her inner thigh.
Whoa.
If her inner thigh is her neck, I'm just kidding. Rich is ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaret. This has been a podcast called Jaret Goes to the Movies, and thank you so very much for listening and watching. We will see you down the road.